I'm Dr. John, and this is your Maintenance Minute. This might be the simplest lesson I've ever taught. We're going to talk about inherent reliability, but more importantly, we're going to talk about mean time between failure in terms of the storeroom. Now, look, you've probably heard me say already that equipment arrives in our facility, brand new equipment. It's been designed, built, it is installed perfectly. It has what we call inherent reliability. That's as good as the reliability is going to get. You cannot maintain more reliability into an asset than it has inherently. The only way that you can change that is to modify it for the purposes of increasing or improving the reliability. The same thing goes for the spare parts that arrive in support of our equipment. When they come from the manufacturer, from the vendor where we buy it from, they arrive in our facility with what's called inherent reliability. When it arrives, that's as good as it's going to get in our storeroom. Our job in the storeroom now is to maintain the inherent reliability of that component, just like the maintenance department's responsibility is to maintain the inherent reliability of the asset once it arrives in our facility. So now we've got these spare parts in our storeroom. They've just arrived from the vendor. They came from the manufacturer. I don't know how old they might be, but our job now is whatever reliability they showed up in the door with, that's the reliability they're going to go out the storeroom door with. And they could be in storage in our storeroom for years. So we've got to maintain that reliability. That means we need to store them properly. That means we need to take care of them. We need to keep things rotated and greased, and we need to keep the humidity right, and we need to keep the temperatures right and the vibration down, everything you can think of to guard the inherent reliability of that component. Again, it's got to be as good when it leaves the storeroom as when it got to the storeroom, and that could be, literally, it could be years. What we're after is that mean time between failure. If an electric motor comes in, an AC motor comes in to be stored in our storeroom, and it comes in with, say, 10,000 hours continuous duty on it, I want it to be able to leave that storeroom to go into service in our plant with the same level of service hours it came in with years ago. So we've got to take care of our components. And I've got to tell you folks, this doesn't happen by accident. We don't just receive things in, count them, throw them up on the shelf, and years later think it's going to have the same kind of reliability. Think about your own storeroom. Think about the dust. Think about the handling. Think about the humidity, the vibration, whatever's in the air. Think about the temperature, and ask yourself, if there's 100% chance that that component has the same life on it it has when it came into the storeroom months, even years ago. I think you know the answer. I think that I know the answer too. Now look, we're going to improve that, right? If you need help improving your storeroom as far as making it a core value driver, Maintenance Innovators is here to help you do that. This is one of the things that we're experts on, and we absolutely believe this to be true. Inherent reliability of the asset when it comes in, that's maintenance's responsibility. It's also the responsibility of the storeroom to make sure that when the component arrives in the storeroom, that we preserve that inherent reliability, and we're concentrated on this mean time between failure, again, preserving that for when it goes into service of our assets. I'm Dr. John, and this has been your Maintenance Minute.